Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Thursday, August 18th, 2016. The authorized presences in both the Lynn life and the Jamie body mind are child souls that have come up from the smaller subatomic. But we know that there's an awful lot of foot traffic through here that is not authorized.
That's true.
And that foot traffic does not feel like it's well-intentioned.
That's true.
So we're going to use game theory to set the intention for the formally videoed portions of today's efforts. And game theory, what would game theory say? Someone's asking me. Game theory would say that we would work on this issue of good channels channeling bad things and bad intentioned people and basically functioning as puppets doing bad things for bad people. That's what game theory would say we'd be working with, since that's what we've been working with for most of the day, or maybe all of the day so far today.
That's true.
So with that, the formally videoed portions of today's efforts begin. I'm noticing all these cardinals. We're just suddenly in the middle of a flock of cardinals.
That's true.
And what I'm being shown is Pan, how we saw him after he left here toward the end. One of the times we saw him and he was working with earphones, trying to get clear messages, very intently trying to do the right thing, but he was very clearly being misled.
That's true.
By, as it turns out, bad people trying to get him to do bad things. And that's why he left again that time, because he said, I'm trying to help, but I'm only making it worse.
That's true.
So it's better for me to just leave. And he did. And we agree with him that it was better for him to just leave, because he was making it worse. All of us who really want to know what's actually going on, the search for truth's central axis, all others flung into the juicing nets and juiced to be food for the starving children of the smaller subatomic. Life dreaming up. What now in order to manifest the divine plan for the smaller subatomic? What now? I can see someone taking a transmission off a transmission machine.
That's true.
And turning to somebody with a very sad face and a sad heart and saying something like, he's on life support. I think it's about Leslie Leonard, the scientist.
Oh, goodness.
I don't think it's about the Russell, because the Russell is not on life support right now. The Russell is something else.
That is true. I feel that.
Could be that they're talking about, what might that mean? That might mean that Leslie Leonard is hanging by a thread to have a chance of fulfilling his destiny and living his soul plan. That doesn't necessarily mean the body is ill and on life support.
Yeah.
They're talking about the odds of fulfilling a destiny, the odds of living the soul plan. That's it. And now I'm starting to see it's like credit card thin. Those are the odds that he can still do it. We've been shown these credit card thin odds before.
That's true.
Like for that life, we've also seen it. Window of opportunity, thin like a credit card. He's got that same level of opportunity. He's not out of play. It's not impossible for him to do it. It's just really slim odds.
That's true.
He's on life support. Who will support him? But I see who's stepping up, and those people don't have good intent.
No, those are not good people.
Those are not good people.
No, that's not good.
Keep them away from him.
That's true.
Keep them away from him. They are not well-intentioned people. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
We would channel him game theory before we'd channel those bad-intentioned people. They don't intend to help him. They intend to finish him off now while he's weak.
That's true. And life streaming up way past those people.
Yeah.
This is what's actually going on. Those people
intend to do him in. Yeah,
That's
they're bad
true.
intentions. Nope. No thank you. Go away. Bifurcate. All of us who really... I know what Ra would say. Somebody just asked, what would Ra say? He would say, the problem is that people are short-term thinkers.
That's true.
And they're only thinking about today and sometimes tomorrow.
That's
and
true.
they're not taking into account the karma that they're racking up with their actions and their inactions, or they would never do the crazy things that they're doing. They would do something else out of their sheer selfishness if only they were thinking just slightly more long term.
That's true.
It's tuned to increase in both quality and quantity, the intention, the willingness, and the ability to think long term.
That's true.
Because what do I know? I know that we've watched people lose their train of thought. Shoot, I
do it all the time.
This
all
is
the time.
common, and then they're on to a good idea that if they will only just get there, it'll change their life, but they forget about it.
That's
They're
true.
distracted, and then it falls off the radar, and it doesn't come back on again.
That's true.
So it's possible, although it doesn't feel relevant in this situation. So whatever you're saying, whoever is saying that, it doesn't feel relevant in this situation.
That's true.
That feels like a misdirection, live streaming up past that person. That's a good person doing bad things for bad people. That's a good channel, whoever that was speaking.
Yeah, this is true.
Is a good channel being abused by someone who does not intend to manifest the divine plan.
That's true.
Luce, can you hear us? You can hear us.
You can hear us, that's right.
I don't think you're high enough. I think you need to go higher. Take some of the children with you. Take the lead children. Oh, I started to say take the lead children with you, but I think the lead children are higher than Luce. Luce, they're higher than you are.
Oh, that's true.
Go catch up with those lead kids and pass them. Get up higher than they are.
There's a feeling like moving upward.
There is that feeling.
Ooh.
Well, good. All of us who really want to know what's actually going on to the search for truth's central axis. All others flung into the nets and burned to use as propulsion to propel those forward who are at the edges trying to break through into light. Those children, those probes, and Luce.
That's true.
If he's trying to break through into the light. If
That's
he's not
true.
trying to break through into the light, then only the ones who are trying to break through into the light. And Luce, if you lead those kids off the central axis again, wow, I don't feel that you are. He said, am I? Not that I can
Not
tell,
that I can see.
but that has been the pattern. So look up, look up. I don't think you're looking up.
No,
I think
I
that's
wasn't
why
looking
that
up at
channel
all.
came. By not looking up, you would, that's what would happen next, is you would
That's true.
accidentally lead them off the central axis again.
Ooh.
Look up, look up, look up. Find a point to steer by and steer by it. Find the next reflection point. Now let's pump up the smaller subatomic children and their environments all the way up the pillar, pulsing through every major checkpoint, including the old lab for old time's sake
That's
and the
true.
new lab to support Leslie as he writes up his data.
That's true.
And what it looks like is like he reaches out and grabs an idea that's flying through the space. It wasn't in his writing, but it's
That's
like,
true.
oh, there it is again. So the more we pulse this data up through his workspace, the easier the ideas will flow for him.
That's true.
The faster he can get this documentation put together, the better for all of us.
That's true.
And somebody's saying, why are we still pulsing through the old lab? That's a good question. I don't know the answer. It might be misdirection, but it feels really wrong to not do that. That's why
true.
we're doing it, because every time I try to redirect the whole flow, it feels wrong and incorrect and way to
That's
waste a
true.
resource. Well, that implies that they think that somebody might one day step into that lab and pick up the work where it was left off in that facility.
That's true.
I myself doubt it, but
do.
it's a chance. Check me on this. It seems like that lab, we're again seeing how it happens sometimes where time unhinges between dimensions.
That's true.
And now we're seeing something that has happened impossibly fast, and it doesn't feel like looking through the future. It feels like something that has occurred.
Yes.
So it must be that phenomenon where time unhinges and then we're seeing the future,
That's true.
but as if it were past. It feels as though Leslie Leonard's first lab assistant who got the lab did a terrible job.
Yes,
and
that's true.
Maybe Kosa might get the lab.
That's true.
It feels like they're trying to decide now what is the best use of this space. Well, if Kosa gets that lab, maybe there would be a chance she would pick up the work. I don't think she would.
No, but that is possible.
Maybe that's why we're supposed to continue sending the data through the lab.
That could be.
The lab itself knows how to handle this data.
That's true.
So we send it through both labs. The old one, where Ra's life, who we now believe is named Leslie Leonard, a scientist named Leslie Leonard.
Yes.
A man, thanks Mom and Dad, with the name of Leslie Leonard. Poor guy.
That's true.
He goes by Les, but we're supposed to call him Leslie.
That is true. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. We're supposed to send these data points through both the labs, the old lab and the new lab.
That's true.
Oh, it's possible we're going to send up the raw soul core presences into that same life that Kosa has walked into.
That's possible.
That's possible, and give him a chance again. And you know what? This would fit with how sessions work. When a life or a session is going well and then it goes off track, the guidance invariably is to back up to the last clear message and try again. And the raw soul was doing very well in the Leslie Leonard body in that old lab.
That's true.
With the support of the energy that was there.
That's true.
So why not try again, this time in the Kosa body that's also been loosened up?
That's true.
I could see that as a valid plan, is worthwhile.
That's true.
Okay. So we pulse up the data points through both labs. And we don't steer where the raw essence goes.
That's true.
Which is not raw, R-A-W essence. It's R-A essence, raw essence.
That's true.
It may go to both labs for all I know. It might. And what would that be? That would be concurrent lives. That would be the same soul operating in two different lives, one in North America and one in what seems to be Moscow.
That's true.
At the university, the State University of Moscow. And why is he there? He's there because there's more openness to alternative studies. And while the facilities are antiquated, the open-mindedness might allow him to publish his work.
That's true.
That's why he's there. Why did they get upset with that answer? That answer was true. Are they upset?
Someone is upset.
Somebody's upset.
That's true.
Why are they upset? Bifurcate all of us who really want to know what's actually going on to the search for truth central axis. All others flung into the nets and burned as propulsion.
Burn untruths.
Yes. Thank you. With the intention to burn untruths and to use that flame as propulsion. To shoot the lead children higher, 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 higher in the race for a consistent source of significantly higher vibration. Siding up right through the scatter pattern of the probes.
That's true.
That's really nice, very pleasing.
That's true.